So my premium connectivity should be done today. It's January 11th, so it's been a month. It expired on the 10th. So let's go into upgrades and click manage. Expires January 10th, 2026. Inactive. It's not saying it's inactive, which is interesting because it is January 11th. You can see that my full self-driving has been extended. Yeah, but that's kind of weird. So we'll check it out when we get in the car. We got some running around to do today. We'll do some video work and talk to you about what the year has been like, or the month has been like. Okay, let's get into the car and see what we've got in terms of premium connectivity. We're supposed to actually lose navigation as well as some of the tune-in features and stuff. Looks like we've still got some audio going here, so let's take a look. So it looks like we're still streaming Boom through TuneIn. There it is there. So we're in good shape with that. Let's just see if we go into the, would that be under upgrades? Full self-driving, swipe to subscribe, monthly premium connectivity subscription, swipe to subscribe. Yeah, well, let's check and see if we can get to Costco. Wholesale Brantford. So navigation seems to be fine as well. So let's just head there. Hey YouTube, welcome back to Along for the Ride, and this is 30 days of owning my Tesla, and it's been a fantastic 30 days. So at this point, we should have had our premium connectivity end yesterday. That doesn't look like it's happening. I still have navigation. I still have TuneIn, which is the Tesla, Apple CarPlay, Radio Canada, whatever. It's fantastic, so it's still going. I'm not sure what's happening there. I've checked and I'm not subscribed. It's not an automatic renewal, but I will double check that when I get home. So that's great. That's fantastic. If this is the way it stays, I think I'll be okay with that and I won't have to subscribe. I've got another month yet of full self-driving. That's what we're doing now. It's been fantastic. The car is just, in all things, I think it's really impressive. Probably the most impressive piece, I would say, is the cost of running it. In the 30 days, what does it cost me to have this car? $49, and that's almost 2,000 kilometers worth of running. So I'm just under 1,900, or just over 1,900, sorry, just under the 2,000 mark. And it has been $49 of money in charging, preconditioning, heating it up, whatever, running this vehicle. I haven't even put a bottle of washer fluid in here yet because these wipers never run. It just cleaned the windshield off because I was parked at Costco for a bit, got rid of that snow, and again, this windshield looks fantastic. I do have to admit though, that usually when I get home from a ride or a drive, I will clean the cameras off, which means I am cleaning the windshield. So this windshield's getting a little bit more care probably than my other vehicles. Part of that is because it's easy to get to. It's not a big truck that I have to climb up on to clean the windshield. But when you're driving, it stays clean, and you've heard me mention that in my videos. But $49, and that's not even at the cheapest hydro rate that I could be paying. So right now we're on the time of use, and it's 11 cents per kilowatt hour on off-peak hours. If I was to go to the ultra low overnight, it would be 3 cents a kilowatt hour, so a third of the cost. So I could have run this vehicle for $16 for 30 days. $16 for 2,000 kilometers. That's really, really cheap. And I think if anybody's looking at spending $60,000 on a hybrid vehicle, on a new vehicle, I don't know why, if they've got access to home charging, why they wouldn't invest in an electric, be it a Tesla or be it something else. I chose a Tesla, and I'll tell you why in a minute, why I chose one, but it just doesn't make any sense to me. The maintenance that it's going to be on this vehicle, the sheer cost of running this vehicle is far below any other vehicle. The big reasons I picked the Tesla, there are two main ones. Number one was the cost, the $60,000. We'll come back to that. But the first one is actually the towing capacity. This is the only electric vehicle or hybrid vehicle, aside from a truck, that will tow 3,500 pounds. That was my number one need. I wanted to be able to tow my Sea-Doo with my vehicle because my wife is very particular about hers, and I understand that now. We'll come back to that as well. So towing was number one. Number two is the price. I could have bought a Rivian that would have easily towed more than 3,500 pounds, but it's also over $100,000. So the Tesla Model Y in Ontario here, Canada, is $63,000. This one was a little bit more because I outfitted it with the white interior and the color paint. And of course, when you throw the trailer hitch on it, like any vehicle, you spend another $1,000 on a trailer hitch. So that was the main reason why I bought the Tesla. I didn't do it to support Elon Musk. I don't support Elon Musk. He has opinions and he has things that he says that are well beyond and quite different than what I believe and what I think is right. I won't get into the politics. I don't want to get into politics here on my YouTube channel, but I will tell you that I didn't buy it to support him. I do have a pride flag on the back of my vehicle just to promote that and understand where I come from. I'm a big ally of that, and I'm just an ally of people. And he's said some things in the past that just don't make any sense to me. So I bought it so that I could benefit from the vehicle. I think the vehicle is fantastic. I think it's built well. I think it looks great. Just works well. It fits me well. So that's why I purchased it. Feel free to look at other ones. I just think the one pedal drive in the Tesla, it far exceeds the other vehicles that are out there, and the comfort and space. But number one was the towing and the price. A couple recommendations for Tesla that I would give. Number one is around the charging. I only use like 7% charging when I go back and forth to work, when I'm only doing that. And it just feels weird that when I get home and I plug it in, it wants to charge. So if I set a schedule to charge it every night, it won't charge right away, but it'll charge to 80. And I know they talk about they prefer shallow charging over deep charging, but is 7% really a shallow charge? And if that's all I'm doing for the bulk of my days, probably 80 to 90% of my days, is that really good for the battery? And it's hard to find good information on that. Everybody says to charge to 80%, but I think everybody's using more battery than I am. If you have a similar experience, feel free to throw comments below or even some advice. I'd love to hear it. My thought was to charge every other day or every few days, and I tried that. But then when I get home and plug in, the vehicle wants to charge. I mean, I can go into the app and stop it from charging, which is fine. It's not that big a nuisance, but it is a bit of a nuisance. So my recommendation would be, can I set a minimum charge rate, in the sense of, if my vehicle comes home and gets plugged in and the battery isn't below 60%, it doesn't charge. It's only when it hits 60% that it'll charge to 80%. Then when I plug it in, I don't have to do anything. And the only reason I suggest that is there's so much technology in this vehicle already. Can that not be just another coating or piece of technology? It seems to be so smart in all the other areas. Could we not set that up as another way of being a smart vehicle? I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if that's good for the battery. So if you've got some comments or some ideas, feel free to share them below. But that would be my one recommendation to Tesla. The other one is I've had to a few times put the wipers into service mode. And that's just because I live in Ontario. We have winter here and we have snow, and we got a lot of ice last week. Most of the time I'm parked in the garage, but mainly at work. And I would love that wiper service mode to be right in the main menu somewhere, or at least allow me to put it in the main menu. It's not hard to find. Again, it's just a convenience thing. It is in the menus and it's not hard to find. You just type in wipers, but it would be really cool if it was right on the main screen when you hit the car icon. The third one you saw in the video, or you didn't see in the video, I can show you a clip from the last video. There it goes, slowing down for a squirrel again. It really doesn't like squirrels. We just need to drive over them. This vehicle is slowing down and stopping for squirrels. And the squirrels here in Ontario aren't really that big, but it must be noticing them as something. My curiosity is, if it can slow down and stop for a squirrel and swerve off the road for a squirrel, why does it not do anything for the potholes here in Ontario? Because some of those potholes are bigger than the squirrels we have here. So Tesla, if you can figure out a way to use your cameras and whatever it is you're using to make this thing full self-drive to avoid potholes, that would be a huge thumbs up, and that might even get me to buy full self-driving. So yeah, those are my 3 recommendations to Tesla after having it for 30 days. Otherwise, the vehicle is fantastic. I'm loving the space inside it. I haven't missed the height of the truck. I haven't missed the truck at all, really. And I know it's winter, so it's a little bit different for me. I don't typically use my truck as a truck in winter. I think as the summer gets closer and the nicer weather gets closer, I might miss it. But again, I've got a trailer I can hook up. We'll see how that goes. That, I think, is where the bigger nuisance is going to be, is always having to hook the trailer up and having to plan ahead in terms of understanding that I don't just have a back that I can throw a sheet of plywood in. But otherwise, I've been able to get lots of stuff in the back here. I'm loving the space back there. I was just with Jamie the other day, who's got a Model 3, and noticed how small his trunk opening is. So I really do love the SUV style of this Model Y. It's far better for me than the Model 3. The handling in the snow, if you didn't see my video about going up to Goderich, we had ice, we had snow, we had blowing. This vehicle handled so fantastically. It doesn't even have snow tires on it, and at this point I probably won't put them on this winter. I've got brand new rubber and it's handling really, really well. The all-wheel drive is just excellent. Full self-driving, one-pedal driving, fantastic. Probably the best one-pedal driving of all the electric vehicles out there. It doesn't take long to get used to it. It doesn't take long to get used to this screen. So I'm really impressed. In 30 days, I've really enjoyed the vehicle. I've really gotten to love it, and now I understand why my wife is so protective about her Pathfinder. I don't understand the Pathfinder piece of it, but I understand why she loves having her vehicle and really doesn't love loaning it out, because she loves it. And I haven't felt that way about a vehicle yet. I love my trucks. I love the F-150. It was a great truck. I didn't enjoy it as much as this. This is a huge pleasure to drive. It might be because it's smaller and it's easier to park and get in parking lots. Some people cringe at that and think, what's the big deal? But I always thought about where I was parking the truck, because it was a big vehicle and the back end stuck out of most of the parking spots here in Ontario. I don't think about that with this car. I still tend to park it away from people because I don't want people getting it dinged or that sort of thing. But I really don't think about that, because parking spots, this car fits well in parking spots. It's comfortable. I love the height. I don't mind the mirrors. I think in a video way back when I talked about the size of the mirrors. They're great. Even the back window, which is tiny, no question about it, I haven't noticed that I can't see things out of it. The one thing I would like to add to this that I really love about the vehicle is the ease of getting in and out and getting going. The idea that you don't have to have a key, you don't even have to have a fob that you push a button to unlock the door or press a start button to get going. You just get in. And I think part of full self-drive, you can just put your foot on the gas and go. I'm not doing that. But the swipe up, it just, I don't know, the car is ready to go when you're ready to go. And that just makes life, like, it just simplifies things. As I'm going here, I'm coming up with a bunch of other things that I like that I want to include. One of the big ones as well is the heated steering wheel. Even in full self-drive, oftentimes I'll have my hands on the steering wheel or rest them somewhere. The heated steering wheel is such a nice feature. None of the trucks I drove had heated steering wheels. It's definitely a convenience and certainly a nice plus. Price point at $60K, this vehicle is fully equipped. It's got heated and ventilated seats in the back, heated steering wheel. It's got all the tech you can ask for. Power liftgate in the back that senses when I'm back there. It now has a power liftgate in the front because I put that one in. Like, yeah, for the price, I don't understand again why anybody would spend $50,000, $60,000 on a non-electric vehicle when you can buy this vehicle for that cost. If you're thinking of making a vehicle change, if you're thinking of spending $60,000, if you're thinking you might want to go electric, I suggest that you go test drive one of these vehicles. Test drive it overnight. Try and do your regular thing. Jamie doesn't have charging at home. He lives in a condo unit that doesn't have charging yet. He's surviving without it and doing really well. He's fortunate enough that in Waterloo there are some free places to charge, and he's got one that's only 10 minutes from his house. So you can do it even without having the home charging. But the home charging makes owning an electric vehicle thoughtless. You don't really have to think about it. I come home, plug it in. If I got my schedule going, it's ready to go in the morning to do what I got to do. 30 days of along for the ride. It's been fantastic, and I just enjoy going along for the ride now instead of driving. I enjoy driving it, but it's definitely fun to go along for the ride. If you're still curious more about Teslas and you've got some questions, put them in the comments below. If there's things you want me to talk about, put them in the comments below as well. We've got a few more companies now that in 30 days have reached out to me around doing accessories and partnerships and things like that. So we'll see where that goes. 2 new ones today. So we could have some interesting reviews coming up with some interesting products. There's definitely some things out there that I would like to get for the vehicle. But otherwise, yeah, it's been fantastic. Feel free to continue watching the videos, subscribe, hit the notification button if you like. Let me know what it is you want me to talk about, and just keep joining us here on Along for the Ride EV. I hope you have a great day, enjoy the sunshine, and we'll see you soon. Ciao.